Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex.
And I'm Jay.
And we have some news updates for you from around the land of smiles for you today, this March 14th, a Friday. But first, a word from our sponsor.
EC Markets, ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever thought about trading anything, Forex, crypto, you could even trade in oil and crude oil and all different things. Check out ecmarkets.com.
Yeah, invest at your own risk.
Yes.
But yeah, all sorts of options there. Everything that you need to get started to start investing in your future.
That's right.
So give it a go.
Yeah.
Now, be sure to subscribe to the Thaiger to stay up to date on all things Thailand. Today, we'll be talking about brawls erupting in Phuket and Pattaya, violent hailstorms wreaking havoc in parts of the country, and a little later, some updates on the ongoing ICC case against Rodrigo Duterte. But first, a weird controversy coming from a British TikTok star who has been jailed in Thailand over visa and benefit fraud. That's right, British TikTok influencer Ellis Matthews has been jailed in Thailand for overstaying her visa. The 32-year-old, who moved to Thailand 4 years ago, gained attention for sharing her luxury lifestyle, allegedly funded by UK benefits, cheating the system. Her advice on claiming benefits while living abroad led to a police raid at her Pattaya home. Ellis reportedly received £2,300 monthly for mental health issues, but Thailand isn't typically an approved location for UK benefits. Her arrest has sparked skepticism, with past legal troubles resurfacing. A fundraising effort to help her has seen little support. Meanwhile, her 3-year-old son remains in Thailand while her older children are in the UK. Well, this is a weird story because, all right, she's claiming benefits, not living in the UK, only has one child with her. What's happening with the other children? And basically publicly displaying to everybody how to game the system. Whether or not she believes she was gaming the system, I guess that is still up to debate. But it sure seems like she felt like she was getting away with something. And in the end, now she's trading her luxurious lifestyle here in Thailand for a prison cell. At least for the short term.
Yes, she is.
Also pretty funny that there's a fundraising effort going on for her and nobody's really donating anything to it either. So it doesn't appear that she has a lot of sympathy even amongst her fans.
That's what most people don't find out. There's a lot of GoFundMe pages with no money on it.
Yeah.
If you can't get the people to believe in your cause, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
You can start a FundMe, but
yeah. Exactly. But I guess not a lot of sympathy here.
Jailed. Anyways.
Well, we'll see.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, we're going to move on to our next jail, which British retirees avoid Thai jail after violent land dispute. Des and Mary Byrne, a British couple, narrowly avoided jail in Thailand, receiving a 9,000 baht fine instead. Their troubles began in 2020 when a land dispute with neighbors in Hua Hin turned violent. The 77-year-old retired engineer and his 69-year-old wife were brutally attacked, but were shockingly prosecuted alongside their assailants. Despite CCTV evidence, the Byrnes faced charges while their attackers paid compensation. A campaign involving British officials helped secure a lenient sentence, allowing them to reclaim their passports and return to the UK. Though they had to sell their villa to cover legal fees, they are relieved to leave the ordeal behind, ready for a fresh start.
Wild story. So violently attacked, land dispute, and as you can see from the images, they were really beat up. This is super not cool, and plenty of evidence against the assailants. Why were they prosecuted alongside the assailants? That still remains a mystery.
Strange.
We're not really clear about it, but because of the British officials stepping in and making this more of a diplomatic incident, they were let off with just a 9,000 baht fine.
Yeah.
But that's after they had to sell their house to cover legal fees in this battle that they've been going through for many, many years. So I guess if they're relieved, I'm relieved. They're back to the UK. I imagine Thailand won't be on their radar anytime in the near future. Well, anyways, we've got fists flying, and now guess what? We got drug smuggling.
Here we go.
Foreigners who were caught smuggling at the Koh Samui airport with 144 kilograms of cannabis. No small amount. Thai authorities intercepted a smuggling operation at Koh Samui Airport, arresting 5 foreign suspects of attempting to traffic 144 kilograms of cannabis to both London and Singapore. The group was caught at the X-ray checkpoint with 7 suitcases filled with vacuum-sealed cannabis flower buds. 2 suspects were set to take 85.3 kilograms to London, while 2 others each carried 35.8 kilograms, receiving 2,000 pounds for the job. Another bound for Singapore was carrying 22.8 kilograms for a 6,000 ringgit fee. That doesn't seem like enough for a death sentence threat. Now, the cannabis was allegedly provided by a Thai accomplice whom police are still tracking. That is a small fee considering the risks involved. I would say these guys are lucky that they were caught in Thailand rather than if they had been caught in Singapore, they are not long for this world.
Yeah.
So at least here in Thailand, they'll just be put into jail. But you have to wonder, too, are these people being coerced by larger organizations? Like, was this a risk they were putting on their own?
Possibly, but obviously they're not thinking about the consequences. Like, people in position, they just think, 6,000 ringgit.
I mean,
They're not thinking about the wait. I might die in jail.
I guess that seems like a low ball, though, like considering the street value of whatever it is they're bringing in to those countries. Obviously, in Thailand, you can get it pretty cheap, and so the markup can be very high going into illegal areas. But yeah, whatever it is, certainly not worth your life. Yeah, and again, I just think about how few lucky you are to have been caught in Thailand before this happened in Singapore, because they do not mess around over there.
Here we go. Moving on to our next story, which is taking us to Pattaya. Good old Pattaya, the city that keeps giving. Another tourist brawl in Pattaya raises concerns over rising violence. Rising violence in Pattaya, a violent altercation between foreign tourists in Jomtien near Dongtan Beach, has reignited concerns about unruly behavior damaging Pattaya's reputation. The fight, which broke out on March the 12th, saw two groups clash before local authorities intervened, detaining two individuals while others fled the scene. Frustrated locals are increasingly voicing their concerns, noting that such incidents are becoming frequent and casting a shadow over Pattaya's tourist image. Social media discussions highlight growing fears that the city is becoming unsafe due to disruptive visitors. I don't think anyone has ever thought of Pattaya as a safe city, but
come on! I think it's safe. Like I've been to Pattaya plenty of times. Avoided getting into violent altercations.
Have you ever been on a fight with a ladyboy at Pattaya Beach?
I have not. Not that I didn't pay for and consent to. But anyways, yeah, it's look. This happens. People it's a party city. People get drunk, tempers fly, and then all of a sudden you got this. But at the same time, it usually just ends up being a brawl between foreign parties and things like that. Sometimes there's a security guard involved, but. Look, these cases, they are becoming a little more frequent, it appears, but that's just because I think there's a lot more traffic to the city itself. So with that comes some of the bad apples. Nathan says he loves Pattaya. Yeah, fair enough. Me too, my friend. I'm with you.
Yeah, I feel like, the violence is definitely going up. We're obviously talking about it a lot. And like one of your comedy friends said that if we didn't have Pattaya, we wouldn't have 50% of our stories.
Right, yeah, definitely. Thank you, Pattaya. Stay weird.
I like that comedian.
There. Yeah.
What was his name? The half Asian guy? Canadian Asian?
Oh, Phil Koo. Yeah.
Phil Koo's my guy.
Oh, speaking of which, I gotta plug my show later, but...
No, how dare you? No
later,
plugs.
Later
No
at the end of the show. All right. Anyways, speaking of tourist clashes, we got another one.
Here we go.
We're down to Phuket as tourists and ladyboys clash in Phuket's Bangla Road. Here's another classic tale. A late-night altercation on Bangla Road turned violent as a dispute over an unpaid meal escalated into a brawl between a tourist and a group of ladyboys. The fight, which took place in the early hours of March 12th, saw the tourist knocked to the ground as tensions spiraled. Video footage captured the chaotic scene before Patong police arrived to break up the fight, preventing further violence. While no serious injuries or legal actions have been reported yet, the incident has reignited concerns over safety in Phuket's bustling nightlife hub. Whoa, they're going at it, my friend. Yeah, that is some serious action. And it just goes to show you, like, don't pick a fight with the ladyboys in Thailand, man, because you're not picking a fight with one. They're gonna sound the horn and rally the troops, and all of a sudden you're gonna be dealing with a whole gaggle of ladyboys. Is that the plural? I don't even know.
The word gaggle.
Yeah, but that's just not what you want to be doing while you're on holiday in Phuket. So pay your bills, behave. This won't happen to you.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it. All right. Our next story is a little bit of a shocker as hailstorms devastate northeast Thailand. Hundreds of homes damaged.
Weird.
Hailstorms in Thailand. A powerful hailstorm struck Surin, Yosaton, and Nong Bua Lampu on March the 12th, damaging hundreds of homes and leaving villages in disarray. Golf ball-sized hail and strong winds ripped off roofs, destroyed rice barns, and flattened animal shelters in what locals call the worst storm in years. Surin saw 36 households affected, while Yosaton's Kam Khön Khao district reported damage to 174 homes. Nong Bua Lampu suffered the most, with 300 houses and 2 temples impacted. 7 electricity poles were also knocked down, causing blackouts. Hailstorms, huh?
Pretty devastating damage too. When you look at the images, that's like insane.
Yeah.
As
if flooding and pollution wasn't enough.
Yeah, the Bible is coming down on us over here in Thailand, apparently. But it also makes you wonder, like, these are rural areas, so a lot of the construction is probably not up to, standards that can withstand a lot of the extreme weather. But certainly not on my bingo card.
Yeah.
Massive hailstorms coming. So, anyways, I think there's a lot of property damage, but everyone is still safe, relatively, not injured. So that's good news. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, on to our next story. That's it for our Thailand section of the news. We are on to our ASEAN Now section. We still have a couple stories left for you. And the next one is the big one that everybody is talking about as Duterte, right? We got updates on the former Philippines president. He is resisting arrest, but he was flown to The Hague for ICC charges. And the former Philippine president, Rodrigo Duterte, was arrested in Manila and then extradited to The Hague, where he faces crimes against humanity charges from the International Criminal Court. During his 12-hour standoff with police, Duterte refused fingerprinting, threatened lawsuits, and declared, quote, "You have to kill me to bring me to The Hague." Guess not. His arrest at Manila's airport sparked chaos, with his family resisting police efforts. Duterte's daughter, Vice President Sara Duterte, condemned the extradition as a betrayal of national sovereignty. Meanwhile, human rights groups hailed his detention as a victory against impunity. Duterte, infamous for his brutal drug war and controversial remarks, had predicted his arrest but remains defiant. The ICC has yet to announce a date for his first court appearance. So look, this story went a little viral for us the other day, and tons of people in the Philippines in the comment section, full-throated support for Rodrigo Duterte.
Yeah.
So tons and tons of people still support him in the Philippines. So this makes it a very, very interesting, controversial thing. Also, the ICC, they withdrew from ICC. I think Marcos Jr. put them back in. So this is Sara Duterte has a leg to stand on to say, hey, what about our sovereignty?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very curious to see how this plays out and what this will mean for the future of politics in the Philippines.
All right. We'll move on to our next story, taking us to Cambodia, as a Buddha statue torso discovered at Cambodia's Angkor complex. More statues hidden in Cambodia. Archaeologists in Cambodia have uncovered the torso of a Buddha statue at Angkor's Thap Prom temple, matching a head found nearly a century ago in 1927. The 12th and 13th century statue in the Bayon art style was discovered along with 29 fragments, making a near-complete restoration possible. The head, currently housed in Cambodia's National Museum, was confirmed as a match through an optical electronic scan. Only the right hand remains missing. Experts hope to reunite the pieces for public display, pending approval from the Cambodia's Ministry of Culture. The find is part of ongoing efforts to preserve Angkor's vast archaeological treasures, reinforcing the site's status as a key cultural and historical landmark in Southeast Asia.
Cool.
Have you ever had the pleasure to visit?
I have
Cambodia?
not. No, I have not. Angkor Wat is obviously one
Gorgeous
of
place.
Yeah. I've heard amazing things. The monkeys there.
The whole city, like Siem Reap, is very zen, man.
Yeah. It's a spiritual place, obviously, with the largest temple complex in the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty interesting that they're still finding stuff. There's still archaeological digs that are discovering, lost relics. Also interesting that they've had the head for a long time. So just finally can reunite the head with the body and put it on display. So cool. What a weird thing. Archaeologist. I don't know. That was like one of those dream jobs as a kid. Apparently they still do stuff. Cool. Well, anyways, guys, that'll do it for our news today. This Good Morning Thailand edition.
Yeah.
Please take us away, Jay.
Yeah. If you would like to find out more stories, please visit thetiger.com, or you can join in the conversation and let your comments be known at
At ASEANnow.com.
That's Thailand's largest English news platform.
Yeah.
And yeah, please subscribe to the Thaiger.
Across
plug
all.
time?
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, Tom, would you mind pulling up my Pattaya Night Live picture real quick?
Whoa. We've got graphics here? What's going on here?
He's got me.
What's going on?
Pattaya Night Live, baby. We're holding on. Okay, I'll tell you guys about it in a second.
Hold up.
While we do that,
Hey.
let me remind you to subscribe to Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't want to misgender the dead name, the social media platform. But yeah, subscribe over there. You'll see tons of content that you don't see here on the main YouTube channel. All right. Okay, well, if you're in Bangkok, guys, there are 2 amazing shows coming up here at the Comedy Joint, that I was just going to announce really quickly to support the comedy scene here in Thailand and in Bangkok. Do you know about this? You listening?
Sorry.
No, you're all right. Yeah, it's
What's up?
nothing. There's some big name comedians coming through to the Comedy Joint.
Phil Koo?
Not Phil Koo. No, this is we have Brian Aylward and Olga Koch.
No idea.
Both they've been on Comedy Central. They've been on. They've
Just
done the
Comedy
Apollo.
Central.
That's big for comedy fans.
I think that's like an American thing.
It is. We got a lot of Americans in the audience, but the point is that they have been televised, so that they're actually not just normal local fodder.